Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, you have the Moon card. This is the week where the rose tinted glasses are coming off. This is going to be a week where you are starting to see things clearer than you ever have before. I actually really feel that. And I think the other thing this week as well, you are really going to start to understand a lot of what your triggers are. I don't know why, because the Moon card can sometimes mean confusion or we're not seeing things exactly as they are, but actually I feel like it works the other way around this week. I actually feel like you're going to be taking those glasses off. I feel like you're going to be seeing things exactly as they are, and this could give you a lot of really deep insights into yourself, into your psyche, into like a lot of your actions, about the way that you behave. This could see you really starting to understand yourself on a much deeper level, and that is a really powerful place to be, because once you get there you can't ever go back, right? Once you have that understanding and that knowledge and that wisdom of self, you can't go back to not having it, right? Which is always a powerful thing. For your actions and options, you have the Death card, and you know, look at this coupled with the Death card, with the Moon card. This is about your desires, your wants, your needs. It's about the things that you really want to let go of now. It's about the baggage that you're really ready to stop clinging to, that you're really ready to lighten yourself of the load with. And the Death card is an actions and options. It means that you accept the responsibility to be yours, right? If I want this to end, I know I have to do A, B, and C. If I want this to go away, I know that I have to do A, B, and C. If I want things to improve, I'm going to have to let go of. This is a lot of personal clarity, but at a really deep level, at a very intrinsic sort of level. This is about you really starting to understand that. Now, when it comes to the Moon card as well, one thing that you might want to be aware of as well, you might be called to assist somebody here, and it's very likely to be an elderly person. I'm not saying that I'm seeing a passing here for sure. I'd have to see what the other cards are that come out, but it does look like you will be called upon to assist somebody that is older. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Tower card. It may very well be sudden. It may very well be something that needs to be looked at quickly. This is, I mean, it's really interesting because it's the Tower card, right? And the fact that it is in your communications and conversations, this is going to have to, it's going to see you having to act really quickly, or to be, you know, maybe you're going to have to be somewhere really quickly, especially off the back of the Death card. I don't know, I just get this sense that there is either something coming to a close or something that is going to come to an end that you're not necessarily expecting, and it could be very sudden and very quick. So just something for you to think about. When it comes to your communications and conversations this week as well, take your time. The Tower card tends to speed things up, and I feel like if you get into more of that energy, it will run you ragged. This is a week where you're probably going to want to try to slow things down and take them more at a pace. For your money and materials, you have the Six of Cups. I mean, this isn't necessarily a bad card, actually, especially underneath the Death card. This could be an inheritance of some sort, maybe one that you weren't aware that you were entitled to. Maybe you are getting some sort of inheritance that you haven't, you know, that you didn't even plan. Well, you never plan it, do you? People bequeath stuff to you. But yeah, it could be this week that some sort of inheritance is coming up for you. Maybe some sort of money that you were entitled to that you weren't aware of, or maybe money that has been hidden by somebody that comes through for you. So just something to be aware of this week. For your physical health, I mean, this is just a lot of very nervous emotional energy. So if you're going to take a brunt of anything, that's likely where it is to be. And then for your home and environment, interestingly enough, I actually feel like the home is good. For those of you that have children, this is a week to really just keep an eye on them. Yeah, just, you know, make sure they're not sticking fingers in doors and plug sockets and stuff. You know, just you're going to have eyes on, I mean, you do anyway if you have kids, right? But you're going to have eyes on the back of your head this week. Just really keep that energy in mind. And then for your love and relations, you have the Moon card again. So your whole week this week is ruled by the Moon. For those of you that are, in fact, for a lot of you, some sort of family rift that has been created, that has been around for a while, I feel like is going to come to an abrupt end. So this could be that there is a family conference or conflab that ends up getting really out of hand, and somebody says something that is, you know, sometimes, you know, you say things and you can't take it back. This could be that kind of energy, and I think a lot of you, because you're so clear about who you are, about a lot of your triggers and stuff this week, I think you could be almost like the passive observer. I mean, you could definitely be saying some stuff that, you know, lets people know that you're not here to play, but at the same time I feel like this could be, you know, yours could be the voice of reason in the wind, so to speak. For those of you that are single or partnered, this is not a great, for those of you that are single, this is not a week for love. This is not, I mean, you could be reconnecting with somebody from your past, but it looks like a very murky situation. It looks like one that, you know, you guys do the dance. You know, I always talk about that dance that some couples do. They come together and it's good for a while, and then it descends, and then they go apart and they come back together, and you know, you just do that dance of coming back to and from each other. I feel like this week, if you kind of fall into that trap, it could end up being a lot more detrimental than any of the other blowouts. It's something that you want to be aware of. And then for those of you that are partnered, I feel like this week it could be an argument that you guys keep having. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, we've talked about this before, and it's kind of like it just keeps coming up. Because remember, the Moon card is cyclic, and then you've got the Tower card there as well. This could be something that keeps coming up, and it's like your partner's like, well, you know, I've told you this before, or maybe you say that to them. I'm going to be honest, this is not a great week for you guys. It does look like a challenge. Nothing that you can't handle, but I do feel like it's going to be quite mentally taxing, and I feel like a lot of you are going to want to really stand back and observe rather than getting all into it with people. All right. There is a lot of clarity that will come from this week about who you are and who you are now in response to who you've been before. So that's where the clarity comes in, but obviously, you know, life is very rarely just us. When we add other people to the mix, that's when it gets murky. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, have a conscious week, and I wish you all the best.